Okay, good morning, everyone. Wednesday morning, we're going to do the simplified 24 movement Yang style. That's the name of the form, but as any of you have been studying or following, it's not so simple with some of the um, downward postures and so forth, some of the balancing. But as I said, if this form is a little bit too, um, sort of complicated, you can actually try Tuesday and Thursday, Saturday mornings, Tai Chi paradigm. That doesn't have the deeper postures that might be a little bit easier if you've never done the Tai Chi. But anyways, with that said, you can follow along the best you can. And there's options. You can do both or um, do this one. Okay, let's turn the shoulders, rotate the spine, because we need to turn to the back side in some of these movements. That's a little bit different from how people do the Wu style. So we have this turn, and that kind of helps us set up that back side. But it also sets up our torso so we know to turn 45 degrees. Okay, to the side, stretch it out. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands up, reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands on your waist. Rotating circular movements. And reverse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Okay, cross. Hold your knees. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, and stop. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, and stop. Okay, hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Center. Down. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, and stop. Center. Hands up, pulling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, spread your feet. Turning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, center. Stretch it out a bit. Switch. 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 Okay, straighten the front knee. Switch. 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 Okay, squat down. Squat down. So this is your downward posture. Stretch the inner thigh. Actually get it in the hip here. Sit down. Try to sit and you should actually try to keep your feet fairly flat. Okay, shake it out. Okay, stretch the wrist a little. Okay, shake it out. Okay, leg. Just keep it loose, kind of create a circle, relax the hips. Okay, turn. Opening up the hips. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, shake it out. Okay, so let's go through a few of the postures. Or actually, let's go through the form partially, then I'll kind of pick it up and work on a section of the form. So we start off with our feet like this and open the stance. That's preparation. Okay, the first thing you do is pivot, hold the ball, check your weight, and step out, part the horse's mane. Toe out, step up, check your weight, step out, part the horse's mane. So remember this is done 3 times. That's called towing out, hold the ball, step out, part the horse's mane. Shift your weight, stork flaps wings, turn, brush knee, 3 times. Okay, we step up and brush knee again, and we have a twist step. So these are all basic postures, but then the footwork is the same. Here's that half step to strum the lute. Then we set up our hands, and we're going to go backwards to repulse the monkey. And this is done 4 times. And we end up here. Hold the ball again. Step up. This is ward off. Roll back. So this series is called Grasp the Sparrow's Tail. And then we turn, go to the opposite side, step up, ward off, roll back, press forward, and push. And then we turn to the front toward the mirror, and we're going to do a set of cloud hands after we do the single whip. We do 6 movements with the arms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hook your wrists, open, arms like this, shift your weight, touch down, fold the elbow, palm strikes face. Lift the elbows up, step to the left corner, lift up, heel kick, and 2 punches to the ear. We sit back and then we turn 180 degrees, so we're this corner to that corner. We scoop down, lift up, push out, hook your wrists, then we would squat down to do the downward posture. So let's pause there. Okay, so there's some follow-up on this side of the form, but up to this point, we've gone through part the horse's mane. So this is part the horse's mane, as you recall. We have 3 of those, but this is right and left. Okay, so that's part the horse's mane. We have stork flaps wings. That's this posture. We have brush knee, right and left side. We have, strum the lute. That's this movement. That happens after the brush knee, and we do the half step. Okay. Then we have repulse the monkey, which is going backwards. As you recall, the hand goes, and this is done 4 times. Okay, good. So you have, those are the essential postures. Then you have grasp the sparrow's tail, both left and right side, which is first movement, second movement, third movement, crossing the forearms, and push. Okay, so you have that on both sides. So you're here, ward off, roll back, press, and push. Okay, so that covers the movements up to the brush knee. And then you have cloud hands. Now, cloud hands is like this, waving your hands like this. Now, when we shift to this side, you step. And then when this goes here, you step out. And you have a series of 6 hand movements right and left alternating until you get back to the starting position, which is single whip. So this is called single whip. You're in this leaning archer stance, and you have the palm out like this, and this arm is fairly extended. Okay, so that's your single whip position. You lead into the single whip position by doing this. Like a cloud hands preset. You're presetting the movement, and then you end up here. You bring the foot in, you step out, and you bring this hand out. Okay? So you have to preset all your positions in order to get into the final posture position. So the name of each posture is really the ending position. That defines the position as the posture. So ward off would be, that's your finishing. What happens from hold the ball to there becomes transitional, and the body will adapt based on when the legs extend. So that's all timing. To get from the beginning to the other part of the posture, the final position really is a transition, where you actually transition from the legs through your torso to get to the hand movement. So then, when we get through that series of movement to single whip, we have this movement. So this you should be familiar with. This is like repulse the monkey or brush knee. This is palm strikes face. So palm strikes face, okay, is simply coming toward your center, like repulse the monkey in a sense, except for you're stepping back in repulse the monkey. Here we're just going to come to this position, okay? Then we have this, a circle, and we shift because this is what the kick is like, and then this side is what the kick is like. It really depends on how flexible you are. Some people can hold the leg way, way up. That's a little bit more athletic, but also it requires tremendous flexibility in the back of the legs and a great deal of strength in the upper thigh, or right up in this area, to hold that knee up. And then, when they're flexible, they can really hold that position. The next movement after that first right kick is called two punches to the ear. So if you look in the front after the kick, your hands come down and then come up like this. So that's two punches to the ears, or right around where the temple is. So it's a circular movement coming like that. So you see the arc. It comes down and then circles around. Reversing the circle, when you get to the opposite side, you find this position, and then you're going to lift the knee and do the heel kick. And then from here, this is where we scoot down into the downward posture, and we go straight up into the golden cockerel. So this is what ends up happening is you scoot down, and you come up the leg, and then you go up. Oops. And then you go to this side, you hook, you scoot down, then you go down the leg, and then this hand goes down, and this hand goes up. And when this hand goes up, you stand up like this golden cockerel. Okay, so once you get the golden cockerel, your option is to step out. Then you hold the ball again, step out to the corner, you have Jade Lady Work Shuttle. You pass through center, hold the ball, step out, Jade Lady Work Shuttle. We shift. There's that half step where you come back behind the front foot, turn to the back, and you poke down, insert needle. So this hand is just like when you're doing brush knee, just goes to that position. Insert the needle, bring this hand to here, step forward, fan through the back. Okay. So fan through the back would be like this. Single whip is like this. So that gets you familiar with the leg position and the hand position. So single whip is this. Fan through the back is this. Okay. So that gives you an idea, that working with the body. So you have the archer stance, you have the empty stance, you have the checking the weight position. And what we're doing is we're working through these positions just to get familiar with them. So that we're working the second half of the form after the grasshopper sparrow's tail. So Jade Lady Work Shuttle is the hand coming to center, and it goes up, and you push. So if you looked in the mirror, it would be like this and like this. Okay. Now this is in a forward position. So here's your right side Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Here's your left side Jade Lady Work. Now, because I'm working toward the mirror, you can see the posture, but actually those two movements go to those two corners. Okay, so your form actually starts this way, goes in this direction, and then you have your kicks over there, those two positions, and then when you do the insert needle, it comes from this back corner to here, then you have your fan to the back to this direction, and then we're over there in that direction. Now with the Jade Lady Work Shuttle, you're actually going into the two corners and inserting the needle, depending, which way you started. So those are your corner movements. Jade Lady Work Shuttle, your corner movements. The kicks are in the corners. Grasp the sparrow's tail are opposite each other on the front and back side. Cloud hands is in the front when you're doing it toward the mirror. So that kind of lets you map out your space and you kind of know where you're going through the room. So the form, if we're standing in this rectangle and we're turning, the first set of movements go there. And then we end up facing that way. Okay. Once you face that way, we're back to the front. We do a set of cloud hands. And then we end up back this way, the initial side going to your left, and then you have palm strikes face. Then you have your first kick, your second kick. And then once you finish that kick, you're back to here, and then we're heading that way. Okay. So this is where your downward posture is. Your golden cockerel is here. Your Jade Lady Work Shuttle is here. And then insert needle is here. And then fan to the back. Now if you just hold your hands like this and we just flip it over to here, that takes you to the other side where you have a back fist, which is parry, step up, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Then we sit back, turn toward the front, take a step toward the corner, sit back, square the arms, and end. Then you would close your stance. So that's the complete form. We just worked the back half of the form. So picking it up from, say, grasp the sparrow's tail over here. Okay, so we're going to do grasp the sparrow's tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what happens? Cloud hands. And we end up in single whip first. So single whip caps the two ends. You have cloud hands between this posture that happens before and after. Okay, so we're going to go through the cloud hands. And we'll go back to single whip, set up that corner position, set up this position. Okay, now we're going to go like this. Shift your weight, shift your feet, bring it toward the ear, and palm strikes face. Cross, go over to the corner, balance on this front leg, open the hips, heel kick, 2 punches to the ears. Now, in order to get to the backside, we have to pivot all the way around. Drop down, lift up, bring the leg toward that corner, heel kick, hook your wrists, scoot down, go down the leg, bring this hand to here, this goes up with the leg, touch down, turn, go to that back corner, set up this position, step out, down the leg, this hand goes down, straighten the foot, this goes up, step to the corner, hold the ball, step up. Now this is going to that rear corner. That's the same corner the kick went. And then we're going to go to the other side. So this is jade lay work. Shuttle, that was right side. This is left side. Shift your weight. Bring the foot right behind the other one. Turn to the back corner. Drop your fingertips into the bottom of the C. Cross the forearms. Step out. Fan through the back. Shift your weight. Turn. Create the back fist. Toe out. Step up. Hand goes across. And punch. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Come down, come over the top. Sit back, square that front foot, step to the corner, come back through center, flip the hands over, and close. And then, so that's finishing the form. It's it's a lot of coordination, integration of body, but it's something that's built over time. But go through each movement slowly, define the 45-degree corners, and then you'll have a better time tracking the movements. A lot of these postures that I did earlier in the sessions back maybe a month or so ago, a couple of months ago, you would have a sense of what the beginning is like with the opening, defining the part the horse is making, because every movement is a posture, and you have to go through the series of movements to identify them. So it's like learning any form. Once you identify the posture, work each piece separately. You could practice your leg work with your hands here, where you're bending and stepping, and you could sit back and twist, open the stance. So this is kind of building strength and stability in the legs. The leg work is one of the most difficult parts of doing Tai Chi because it requires flexibility and strength. So strength and flexibility is something that's built over time, and as we get more familiar with the form, the sequential side of it starts to get programmed into your brain, and all of these movements will eventually get into your subconscious, and it's called no-mindedness. You don't really think about the sequence once you've sort of formulated it in the body. So that's really how we learn. As people that have studied many years realize that you can learn multiple forms, and you have to go a process of taking the short-term memory into the long-term memory, and taking the long-term memory, embodying it into your system, and that becomes part of, it's like creating a series of habits. That's basically what happens. So at that note, I hope you enjoyed this session. Stay tuned. Next week we'll go through it again. And while we're talking about it, you can actually go to YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. That helps us with our ratings and so forth. And I'll see you next time.